Have you ever jumped on a sales call or gotten deep in the DMs with somebody who feels like an absolute soulmate client, only for them to drop the line, "I love everything you do, but I just can't invest right now"? Today on the Filthy Rich with Story podcast, we're breaking down the exact flaw in your content strategy that is attracting admirers instead of buyers. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Hannah Plord, and I am so excited for you to be here. If you don't know me yet, I help online service providers get extremely clear on why people should be investing in them over anyone else in their niche or industry. We go way beyond that you care about your clients, because so many people care about their clients. We go way beyond that you have a certification or a degree, because a lot of people have that. And we go way beyond just having one-on-one calls or group or the structure of your offer, because the online space is full of carbon copies of the exact same business. And the 1% of people who are actually winning this game know exactly what makes them different and the value that they bring that is unique to their market. So I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. This episode was inspired by a recent DM conversation that I was having with someone who was inquiring about the Sales Lab. She was telling me all about how she gets traction with her content. She's getting likes, she's getting views, she's getting saves. She even has people in her DMs who are inquiring about her offers. And on paper, in the DMs, they seem like dreamy, what she calls beautiful souls who are perfect. They're so kind. They have the right intentions, but they are just too early on in their business to invest in her services. So what ends up happening almost every single time is they turn her down when she goes to pitch them, or ghost her altogether. They might even say stuff like, "Hey, I really wish I could join this offer. This offer sounds exactly like what I need, but I am not in a position to invest in your offer," or ask for handouts. But I am sure if you're listening to this episode, or even if you have a business in general, we've had this conversation happen before, and it is so frustrating because you're having a conversation, you're listening, they're sending voice memos, and you're like, wow, this person is such a vibe. Or they are chatting and they're like, everything is just clicking. They're like checking all the boxes, and you're like, yes, this is going to be a sale. And they're even like, oh, I'm going to join by tonight. And then a few hours pass and they're like, actually, never mind. It is extremely frustrating, but also solvable. You do not need to go viral. You do not need to find 1,000 new followers. You don't have to go borrow someone else's audience. It is solvable, and it all comes down to your messaging and speaking to the right version of your ideal client. I guarantee that you know who your ideal client is, right? Like if I asked you who is your ideal client, I'm sure you can give me an answer. You know that they are this type of business provider. They are doing X, Y, and Z. They're at this income level. They're struggling with these problems. But in your content, you are speaking to the wrong version of them. In addition to that, you might be sharing content that's like inspirational content or educational content instead of focusing on conversion content, which highlights the cost of staying stuck and speaks to people who are actively searching for a premium solution. If you are talking to someone and you're like saying, oh, like, for example, I just posted about how a mastermind might not be the right investment for you right now. Someone could create a post very similar to that and talk about how they hate masterminds don't work, and get tons of people in the comments saying like, oh, I totally agree. But by the end of the last slide of the carousel, when they're like, okay, now join my offer because it's different in this way, if they are not doing it correctly, which the example I just shared is not done correctly, they are not going to get any traction. You're going to get a lot of people agreeing with you, but you're not going to get a lot of people moving with you. Versus the post that I just shared, where I highlight how masterminds might be the wrong investment for what level you're at right now. It speaks directly to what the ideal client is feeling. My ideal client has been in the Zoom rooms with 10 people and they're all unmuting themselves and celebrating their wins and getting so excited, and you almost feel like you have to hide. You like shrink back and you start doubting yourself. You feel like you're failing invisibly. Like you cannot let anyone see that you're failing because you feel so left out. And it's a terrible feeling, and I've been there myself, but that is what my ideal client's feeling. And they're also feeling like the coach in the mastermind or like the topics they're talking about isn't really the support they need right now. Masterminds are not bad. Don't get me wrong, I love a good mastermind, but my ideal client is investing in things they think they need instead of the support they actually need. So my purpose of that post was not to shit on masterminds. The purpose of the post was to show people that even though you are making investments and you're in the rooms that people are telling you to be in the rooms, that might be the wrong space for you right now with your goals. The same goes for educational content. You might post something like my top favorite CRMs as an OBM that I use with my clients on a regular basis. And you might get likes, you might get saves from that, but you are speaking to the wrong version of your ideal client, because that post speaks to the person who doesn't have a CRM. That post speaks to the person who is shopping around for the right CRM, not the person who is actively searching for an online business manager. There is a difference. I cannot believe in 2026 that there are still people out there that are afraid to sell and are afraid to sound salesy and afraid to talk about their offers, because first of all, you're running a business to sell. Imagine walking into Gucci and everyone ignores you and be like, oh my God, don't look at this stuff, I'm not selling it. That would be so freaking weird. No, you expect to get sold to. Someone followed you. They know who you are. It's not like you're hiding something. It's not like you're secretly, like you're an influencer, but you're secretly like going to sell them some weird thing. No, they followed you knowing what your bio says. They followed you knowing what your Instagram handle is, your Threads handle, whatever platform you're on. They know you're a business. They followed you because you're a business, because they liked something about you. And so you should not be treating your posts as sales posts and as educational, inspirational, whatever, every other post as two separate categories. Every single post should be moving your audience to that next step. Whether that next step is to follow you, so that's a visibility focused post, whether that next step is to join your email list or get your freebie, whatever, or that is to sell your offer. We can work with different goals, and I often work with different goals at the same time with my clients, but you have to have a goal of your post. Otherwise, you're just posting for fun, and you're a business owner. Posting for fun, getting likes doesn't pay the bills. So if people love your vibe but cannot afford your prices, your content is missing buying triggers and proper qualification. You are literally speaking to the wrong person. You're speaking to their desire to change, but not their readiness to invest. And in order to fix this, you don't have to change your offer. You don't have to change your rates. You need to change the psychological milestones your content takes a prospect through before they reach out. So they come into the DMs already sold on your offer, and you just have to answer a few questions, if that. This is a massive pivot point for my clients inside Sales Lab. We audit the exact language and data behind your content to ensure that you aren't just building a fan club. While we love fans, while we love cheerleaders, while we love making friends, fans aren't buying your offer. Inside the Sales Lab, we shift your messaging so that it speaks directly to premium buyers who already have the resources and the urgency to solve their problem today. Not in 3 months, not in a year, not by themselves, but today with you. And if you are somebody that was resonating with what I was talking about investing in the wrong support, about being in masterminds where there's nothing against the founder, there's nothing about the mastermind that's wrong, you feel like a fish out of water. You feel like you're in a fish tank and you're failing in secret because everyone in the Zoom room is winning, and you feel so stuck behind the scenes. If that resonated with you, Sales Lab is done with you. I am not just sending you out to do it by yourself. I am not just saying, okay, good luck, and you got to figure it out. You don't get 5 minutes on a hot seat call to ask a question that you have no idea what to ask. I am literally right there by your side every step of the way. It starts with a 90-minute strategy call where we're together diving into your messaging, your positioning, and your content, specifically focusing on figuring out why you are the person to invest in, what makes you different, what makes you the voice of your industry that deserves to be known so that you get seen and paid. After our call, I write you a personalized content plan that includes your messaging points, it includes your positioning points, it includes your personality and brand voice and all the things about you and that we talk about on the call. And it includes content ideas that you can use to start getting results that week. After that, I am literally inside Canva with you. I am writing content next to you inside Google Docs. You're going to see my little cursor moving things around, giving you feedback on your content and giving you support so that you actually know how to continue on without being stuck in a fishbowl. You actually have the tools to make those results happen. This is the exact reason why my Sales Lab program has a 100% success rate in 2026, because I am there next to you, helping you make things happen. Results vary from getting 300% increase in link clicks in a couple of days. I've had clients book 3 sales calls in 7 days. I've had clients get invited by businesses locally to host events with them. Never hearing from businesses before working with me. It's coming straight from their content. I've had clients sign clients. I've had clients been invited to podcasts. It's all because of the shifts that we make inside Sales Lab. If you want to be the next Sales Lab success story, definitely click the link below. And if you want to stop wasting time on the broke soulmates and start attracting buyers, go make sure you grab my free mini series, Content That Converts. I map out the 3 specific types of posts I have my clients create every single month to qualify their audience and generate actual sales in 7 days or less. The link is right in the show notes. Now go out and sign some clients.